Porto, also known as Oporto, is a charming coastal city located in the northwestern part of Portugal. It is the second largest city in the country, and one of the oldest cities in Europe, with a history that dates back to the Roman times. Porto is famous for its port wine, medieval architecture, and stunning riverside setting. Its historic center, Ribeira, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it offers visitors a glimpse into the city's rich cultural heritage. With its vibrant atmosphere, picturesque streets, and excellent cuisine, Porto is a popular tourist destination that offers something for everyone. Number 1. Serralves Museum. Porto has long been a haven for great artists and architects looking for work, but it wasn't until the 20th century that the city spawned its own unique architectural style. The so-called Porto School of the 1950s inspired a generation of architects, including Álvaro Siza Vieira, the designer of the Contemporary Art Museum at the Serralves Cultural Institution. The minimalist building and the surrounding park attracts as many visitors as the changing international exhibits. Number 2. Sao Francisco Church. The 14th century Igreja de Sao Francisco is the most prominent example of Gothic architecture in Porto. Originally part of the St. Francis convent built in the 13th century, the church is the only structure that survived a fire in 1842. A steep climb from the riverside leads visitors to the massive stone facade, which is ornamented by a large rosette window. The interior of the church was given a Baroque makeover in the 18th century, making it a luring attraction for tourists. Number 3. Casa da Musica. When it comes to contemporary architecture, the Casa da Musica is a standout attraction. Designed by Dutch architect Rem Koolhaas, the new home for the National Orchestra of Porto opened in 2005 to great acclaim. With its innovative design inside and out, the structure has already been adopted by the city as an iconic landmark. Concerts are held in the hall nearly every night of the year, with shows ranging from rock bands and solo artists to full symphony orchestras. Guided tours are offered. Number 4. Porto Cathedral. The parents of Portugal's first king, Dom Afonso Henriques, are credited with the construction of the 12th century Sé do Porto, but the cathedral has actually been rebuilt twice over the centuries. Offering a history of changing architectural styles, the reconstructions are now part of this famous structure's appeal. From its Gothic rose window and cloister, to the Baroque chapel with its ornate silver altarpiece, the cathedral is a must-see attraction. Number 5. Dom Luís Bridge. The Ponte de Dom Luís is the most famous of the several bridges that span the Douro River. Built in 1886, it was designed by Teofile Serrig, an engineer who worked with Gustave Eiffel. The massive iron bridge has both an upper and lower deck, both of which carried road traffic until 2003, when the top span was converted to accommodate a light rail system. A pedestrian walkway on the upper deck offers spectacular views. Number 6. Palacio da Bolsa. Located adjacent to the Sao Francisco Church, the Palacio da Bolsa is a massive neoclassic structure constructed on the site of the former Francis convent. Funded by the Porto's Commercial Association, the palace was built as a stock exchange, and was designed to impress Europe's economic leaders. Several architects worked on the building during its 70-year construction period. One of the most popular tourist attractions in Porto, the striking space is still used as a reception hall. Number 7. Livraria Lello. Along with an inventory of more than 60,000 books, an exuberant mix of Art Deco and Gothic Revival architectural styles makes the Livraria Lello one of the most famous bookstores in Europe. Rumored to have provided inspiration for author J.K. Rowling, who worked as an English teacher in Porto when writing the Harry Potter books, the bookstore is now visited by fans of the series from all over the world, making it a must-visit place for tourists. Number 8. Clerigos Tower. Baroque exuberance is on full display at the 18th century tower of the Igreja dos Clerigos, or Church of the Clergy. Designed by Italian painter and architect Nicolau Nasoni in 1754, the Torre dos Clerigos is a Porto landmark and a can't-miss attraction. The ornate tower rises some 250 feet high, making it one of the tallest structures in northern Portugal. Visitors who undertake the 255-step climb to the tower's belfry are rewarded with panoramic views of the city. Number 9. Ribeira. Many travelers to Porto begin their visit in the Ribeira, the medieval historic district located near the Douro River. At the Praça de Ribeira, the narrow cobblestone streets spill out onto a scenic plaza, where locals and tourists relax in the sun and enjoy views of the estuary. With its many seafood restaurants and taverns, the Ribeira Pier is a popular gathering spot too. It's also a departure point for cruises on the river. Number 10. Vila Nova de Gaia. While technically its own city, Vila Nova de Gaia is situated just across the Douro from Porto, and is woven into the city's fabric both by a series of bridges, as well as its shared history of port wine making. The most popular tourist attraction in Gaia are the port wine cellars, warehouses where the famous port wine is stored. The cellars are placed in Ribeira de Gaia, in the bank of River Douro. You should visit Ribeira de Gaia, in order to get some amazing views of Porto. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.